Farms and fields are not only places where our food is grown, they are also a sanctuary to our rich history and artifacts from people of the past. Hi, it's Stephanie from Parsley Farm, and we're out arrowheading today.
As they were making that, he put it on his on his leather. He had leather. And they took another stone, and they call it pressure flaking, where he pressed chip, 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 and made this perfect edge. Flipped it over, did the same thing. Takes a lot of skill. That's probably a deer point. This one here would have been a bird arrow because they made a nice arch back, and the point broke on this because they probably shot at a pheasant or whatever, and it hit a rock and the point breaks off when they use them. But you can find them whole, and this is flintstone, different types of flint. This is like obsidian and flint, and this one is just straight flint. And this little piece is another piece. It looks like a purple stone, and that's the other color you got to look for when you're looking. You can tell if they've been worked because you'll see all these little. If you hold that up to like the sunlight, you'll see a little clear edge on that because they work it so fine. That's what these here, see how like one side's shaded and one side's dark? Same with that. If you flip that over, it's a different color. When you get them wet, they change color. That'll turn jet black. So when, you know, different times when you're looking, if it's raining out, they'll be black. They won't be gray, but if it's a nice sunny day and it's all dry, they'll look gray like that. I've found many, many arrowheads here. I just brought those so you could just get an idea of what you actually got to look for.
All right, so just keep your eyes open.
Yeah. See, like you might see that one, but then again, you might see it on that side and think it's nothing. It couldn't be nothing. But that's actually just a flake. They call that a flake because they were going to make something. They might have used it for a thumb knife because here and there there's still good sharp edges, and they could cut sinew, trim a piece of bark off of, you know, to make an arrow out of a stem of wood. They could use that to cut stuff still. As long as they had a nice sharp edge on it, they could use it. I call them flakes when you find a little piece that's just a flake.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Abby. Sometimes they made them really fat. They'd say this arrow, they might have made it that fat and that long. And now in the winter time around here, where they didn't have a lot of rocks, and all of a sudden we got 3-4 feet of snow, they could use this one fat arrow, and they could snap little bird arrows out of it and make other arrows. So some of them were really fat and longer, and they could break them down and make like 5 bird arrows and still have a deer point.
I've never heard of other families arrowheading. It was something my dad introduced us to as kids. In the spring and summer, when the fields were freshly tilled and the rain had washed clean once hidden treasures, he would bring our family arrowheading. We would all walk for hours in the fields, with our eyes glued to the soil in search for the next arrowhead. Isn't that cool?
Very cool. Pretty amazing. That's a nice piece right there. It's flintstone. Right there. They'd have it just like that, maybe smack it right there, get this piece right off and use that. All these other pieces that have been chipped off, flaked off, banged off. Yeah, that's what you got. And that's the final finished product. And we're going to put those right back in the field of unknown. Someone else to find later on. Put them in the field of dreams.
You just started filming and I was like, what? I was in the middle of talking and then I hear, hi, it's Stephanie.